Middle East, Asia, pretty much it. We often do very targeted campaigns specific for different markets, but this campaign that you were just seeing is a global campaign, because the truth that fans love to share their passion on social is pretty much universal. However, we released this campaign on different social channels. In China, it was Weibo, WeChat. In US, it was obviously Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and it was a great success. And I think the uniqueness of this campaign is that we reached really 3 goals. Number one, we made the client happy, because for them it was mainly a CRM initiative. They wanted to gather fans' data. And we received many subscribers and new email addresses from this initiative. We made Nike happy. Nike is their sponsor, basically, because we boosted sales. And number 3, we got fans excited. They really loved this campaign. They shared it on social. And it was a great response. Okay. I am happy to answer any questions, any specific questions you may have.
Than just the event itself. So that's part of the reason that you've seen the evolution over the last several years that we've had the partnership with the Mexican national team, is the idea that before it was just activating at 5 games every year, and so you just had 10,000 people that you would touch during the football fiesta and any in-game signage. And what we were challenged to do was to try to create something that happened during when you were in between the games, and the app with the emoticons was a way to continue the conversation even beyond the friendlies that we were involved in. Working together with our partner agencies like DS that doing the social media posts, creating the conversation between the games, doing things before and after, so it was a pre, during, and post with the VIP dinners that we were doing with the legends, is creating a buzz beyond just the football fiesta. So you're right, that was one of the challenges that we had.
Sponsors, a lot of noise, a lot of communications. And we as MasterCard, well, me as the agency and my client here, we were one of the biggest sponsors of the event. So we wanted to own the actual conversation around it. That was one thing regarding the sponsorship, but also do it with a business perspective. So we had a lot of offers for our cardholders based around the event, and we wanted to push them. But the big challenge was that there was a lot of noise, a lot of conversations. All of the sponsors mostly wanted to do the same thing. So what did we do? We found out that in the social space, in the social networks, our audience mostly like to talk about themselves, Latin Americans. So we kind of took that concept and went for it and asked them, or really tried to ask them, to do their part, or ask them what do they do to actually support their teams, like you saw in the video. Ask them about the little things that they do at home when they're watching the game. So, like you said, people don't want to stand up because they're going to miss the goal or the other team's going to score. So this video was the conversation starter. We pushed this video along the social networks and on video sites in order to get responses from the audiences, but with a twofold objective. We actually tagged those audiences in order to serve them then the offers that we had in place. So this kind of put the two objectives together. For the conversational part, we also own the social platforms. We did a very good work with Twitter and with the client. So we did a conversation with the audience in real time. For the final of the competition, for the final game, we actually had a live studio where the agency, the brand, and the medium sat together in a war room and actually reacted with the audience regarding to what happened in that game, which was Chile versus Argentina. So we took this massive opportunity for cross-border business, and we tied both worlds together, the sponsorship and the business part.
Are actually based in Latin America. So when Warner Brothers came to us and they said, look, we're trying to reach males 18 to 34 globally, specifically in the Latin America region, and we want to reach millennials. We said, look, we've got that covered. And not only do we have you covered from a global and Latin America reach and scale perspective, we also know that we have extremely passionate fans. After all, Minute Media, we say we are the fan, we live, we eat, we breathe football. Our content is created by the fan, for the fan. So we're going to drive mass engagement as well as scale for you guys. So in order to drive that scale and engagement for them, we ultimately kind of broke the campaign into 3 pillars. One of the pillars was, a social engagement tool that we called the Suicide Squad Selector, which you saw up there. It allowed basically our fans to go in before each Copa America and Euro 2016 game and select their squad for their country, and then share it share it socially, which created global reach. And chatter amongst millennial fans in and around these large tentpole events. The other one was the reaction buttons, which you saw also in the video. These buttons actually live currently on all of our editorial pieces, but for them, this is the first time we did this, we created customized versions of those reaction buttons that were actually based around the characters within Suicide Squad. So, for instance, the Joker, the reaction that was associated with him was laugh out loud. For Harley Quinn, it was you're crazy. So we saw a lot of reactions and a lot of engagement with that as well, and that was really, I think, a cool thing for Warner Brothers to be integrated within the editorial experience and bring their movie themes and their characters to light within that editorial environment. And last, we created branded content for them. We created 37 pieces in total for them that integrated the themes of the movies and the characters throughout. So, for instance, one of the titles was, the villains of football, or, the 7 deadliest strikers within the Copa America tournament. And these content pieces were actually created against 6 different languages, 2 of which were Spanish and Portuguese, which I think Warner Brothers really appreciated because it allowed them to actually really kind of engage and feel like they were reaching out to the Latin America audience in a very personalized manner. So overall, we felt the campaign was very successful. The client did as well. We did 70 million impressions globally. We had over 4 million trailer views in our content. There was 250,000 shares of the Suicide Squad Selector. So overall, great reach and engagement, and overall we're very happy. So we say, whether it's a Suicide Squad or a football squad, we at 90 Min, we have you covered.